You might have thought that the TCG meta was actually a very neglected place. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Today I want to talk about the most neglected format in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. And it is Asian English format. Now, for those of you that have been kind of paying attention on this channel, I talked a lot about Asian English in its very developing stages when that format came out. And this is the first time that Asian English is getting a ban list since November 2023. It has been a year of them having to deal with an onslaught of developing metagame out here. Now, for a while, Purely and Runic kind of just ran this format. And I mean, that's what happens when you kind of leave those two decks, kind of unchecked, kind of, run through this. And for those of you that are like, wait, Asian English, like, do we get a lot of info about that? Well, my freshly showered knowledge is here to answer that question for you. So remember, Asian English is for the Asian-speaking countries that basically have English as more of a predominant source. Now, obviously, Asian English is nowhere near Japan. If anything, I think Asian English in Japan does exist, but no, official competitive play. This is an offshoot of the other Asian regions that are supporting this. So, English text on the cards with the Japanese backs is what you're dealing with here. So, you're a limited list. So, coming off, or going to one here, we have Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch. Not surprised about that. You know what's insane to me? Is they actually let Dia Bellstar run around for as much time as they actually did with it. Snake Eyes Ash and Pobbler are also going to one. That's a lot of big hits. And I feel like a little bit of this is inspired by some of the choices that the TCG was choosing to do. But Dia Bellstar, Snake Eyes Ash, and Pobbler, all those cards need to be some sort of checked because that engine is insane to be running around. Chandra and Sengen Kaiman both going to one. Actually, I should have said Wanted also went to one up top, which, that's fine. Interestingly enough here, though, Chandra and Sengen Kaiman, in every facet of the world, both Chandra and Sengen Summoning are both hard checked. It's only the TCG that I think went after the Sengen Kaiman, which we all kind of agreed was like a good hit. Nobody really wanted to deal with Tenpai. But Robbie, the deck's dead. No, the deck is still very much here. Imagine playing in a format where you had triple Crossout Designator, triple Foolish Burial, triple Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Monster Reborn, and triple Kaiser Coliseum, and triple Reinforcement of the Army. I'm not gonna lie to you. You mean to tell me that these were actually all new choices? Like, I could have actually played triple Harpy's Feather Duster, and I could have got away with it. I could have played triple Monster Reborn. I'm gonna be the crazy one here to say it, but I don't see a reason why Monster Reborn, we can't push it to 2 at this point. I understand that there are some interactions that allow you to go search for Monster Reborn. And I guess if those interactions, like if we print more cards that can interact and search Monster Reborn, more of the honorary, traditional, nice Egyptian card feels, that would be the only real time that I would say that would be a danger to, doing that. But I guess the logic here is they want to keep Monster Reborn tied into the original iconic anime. And I don't really want you using, Osiris's or Cypher's power to revive too many people. Now, Kaiser Coliseum at 1. I don't like that card's existence at all. I feel like should be at 0 kind of card, because now you're in one of those really weird situations that Kaiser Coliseum's going to get the chance to just kind of steal some games from you. And I don't like that at all. Rhoda also needs to be at 1. Generic Warrior Search Power. I mean, there was a time when we did try it, but we learned too quickly out here that was not a good choice. Runic Fountain, as I said earlier, Runic Fountain and Skill Drain. Yeah, you leave those cards at the full capacity that they are. Same thing with Terraforming. Yeah, Runic's going to kind of be a pain in the ass. Now, Runic's natural, check is the ever so loving Purely deck, which was already running around out here. And then we have Summon Limit getting limited to 1. So, not too terrible. Now, what went to 2 on this list? We did, in fact, lose Bonfire, which I guess is fine. I'm not really hating that too much. We also have the Called by the Grave moving to 2, so they're syncing up with the OCG format out here, where you get what, like 2 Called by the Grave and 1 copy of Cross Out. Most irrelevant thing ever, I guess. TCG is really loving our triple Cross Out, though. We also have Yield 1 for 1 going to 2. I don't like that. 1 for 1 is a very dangerous card to be playing with out here. And then, of course, Pot of Desires, Pot of Extravagance, and Pot of Prosperity. Yeah, those are all very dangerous cards. And then we have Purely Sleeping Memory going to 2. So I guess the Purely deck might not have had as much initial kind of hype as we did. But you're telling me I get to play 2 Red Reboot in this format? Like, is that really something that we really want to be seeing? So those are your major big changes to this. Now remember, with the Asian English card pool existing the way that it is, there's not a lot of, well, I mean, there are ban cards, but there's not a lot of crazy things in this format that are really going to make you go, huh? Like, what's going on with this? So, this is actually your ban section for what actually exists for Asian English. And I'm going to tell you, there's a few interesting ones here, but there's not too crazy much here. So we do have the Amazoness Archer, so that was the burn card. Same thing with Cannon Soldier. Cyberjar is still initially banned in this format, which I don't really... we can bring... You have zero reason to keep Cyberjar locked up at this point. Fiberjar, yes, keep that shit locked up far away. Magical Scientist also existing as a wee little bit of an annoyance, but it's locked up. We also got Butterfly Dagger Elma, card of Safe Return, Cold Wave Confiscation, Delinquendo, a lot of hand-ripping stuff there. Dimension Fusion, your Giant Trunade, Heavy Storm, Last Will, Mass Driver, Metamorphosis, Mirage of Nightmare, interestingly enough, Painful Choice, Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, Smoke Grenade of the Thief, Snatch Steal, and Forceful Sentry. And we also have Imperial Order, Last Turn, Life Equalizer, Magical Explosion, Royal Oppression, Trap Dust Shoot, and Ultimate Offering. You are going to notice that there are a lot of ban cards from our side of the game that just do not exist on this list. And some of the reasoning for that is the cards simply just do not exist there. Asian English is a very, very... It's weird that the way that they chose to design it. They chose to cut off a very large pool of the game's history, which we'll call back here. Everything, I would say, before what? The Runic set just kind of doesn't exist. Now, it doesn't mean that Konami isn't printing these cards, because they are. Konami is finding ways. You guys remember these old Blue Eye structure, or these old things right here that we showed on the channel an eternity ago. They're using products like this to get people into the game. I mean, this is your way to get Blue Eyes. Card of Consonants 1 for 1 was in here as well. But this was essentially, if you wanted to play Asian English, you needed to pick up that product, or you weren't going to be playing any of this stuff. And like I said, these cards have the OCG back. You can't play these in our tournament. I believe that the set ID on those things is AE. So if you get deck checked and you have an Asian English card in your deck, well, congratulations. You're getting DQ'd straight on out of here. And RIP to all that money that you spent for travel and accommodations like that. No, there's nothing stopping you with playing with your friends with that set of stuff. Maybe Asian English is a format you want to explore in your free time. But this format, the fact that they neglected it for almost 13 months is actually insane to me out here. And it doesn't bode much confidence in me for wanting to pick up Asian English stuff to have for some of the different rarities. I don't know if you paid much attention either, but some of the rarities that they have over there are really, really nice, man. They got some quarter centuries that we didn't get. They also got some nice ultimate rares that we didn't initially get. And, I really, really wish we would have had the opportunity to get some of those cards. So, we'll see if they're going to choose to, look at this format a little bit more. I also don't know much about the marketing and stuff. This was also the notorious set that they actually recently, they got the Rarity Collection that had the Altart Evil Twins in it, which TCG still doesn't have. So I guess that's a W for them. But please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this list. It's definitely an interesting one. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.